Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. My special guest today, I've got on the show from Seattle, Lina Muller and Andrew Bolt. They are Bridles. Their new album, first album together, they've put out, just released last month. So if you don't have it for your collection, let me tell you where you can get it. You can get the special Bandcamp edition. High dynamic range is what that means at Bridles, bridlesbandcamp.com. The album again is Visions of Future. Welcome back, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're coming in with Roads, and you just released this video today. By the time everybody hears it, it'll have been out for a couple of days. Here's the show, but really great video. Again, your video opens up with the ocean and I don't know if it's blue, but it reminded me again like this foggy, cool, cold, I don't know, winter. It's just you've got a lot of imagery through the music. The music speaks to that a lot, and the lyrics do as well. And you said, Kara, in the beginning that Andrew really took your lyrics and brought them to life musically speaking. He really got you, and you can feel that when you're listening to this album. So I was going to ask, I asked you on the way out, and if you can answer it, great. If you want me to move on, I will. But does Bridles have a higher calling? Do you guys feel that way, or is it just to enjoy?
I feel like the real experience of life is making things, and the final product is great, and it's nice once something feels done, you can kind of move on to the next thing. But like the real lifestyle of making something and having a purpose or a calling, and in some ways it's a taking everything from one's life and trying to focus it down to 25 minutes or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
And with music, it's so abstract that you can layer multiple emotions on top of each other. And at least with the music video, it's like everything that is not quite as abstract, or that may require a more like explicit description, can fit into the medium of cinema or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's our attempt. But yeah, just trying to construct another world to occupy. And sometimes it feels like escapism, trying to construct a place that you can live in, especially when stuff around oneself is not always optimal.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can make something that makes somebody feel something else, then it feels like all of the other feelings that led up to that are worthwhile in a way.
Yeah
Definitely. Yeah, and I think it's like with the title of the album, Visions of Future, it really is, and it's kind of like in the way that a lot of these songs and how I wrote them, it's like I felt like they just kind of came through me. And sometimes it's like I hadn't even fully worked through what I was dealing with, but these songs came through. And throughout the process of the album and recording the songs, it was like really integrating these things into my life. And like our hope and like intention for our music and our future art is really to have that positive impact by being able to connect with people and allowing them to feel something with the music or seeing something with the visuals, and really allowing people to find that place to connect back within themselves. Because I feel like there needs to be so much change in the world and positive change, but all of that essentially comes down to the individual. And if each person can connect back to who they are and find their own passion and purpose and meaning in their life, I think that is what's going to really make the changes that are necessary to have, a whole new world.
Oh, that's beautiful the way you put that, both of you. It has been said that the two of you together, conjure healing waves for cleansing wounds of the past. Did music choose both of you when you needed healing? Or did you begin creating music and writing music because you needed healing and you turn there, you turn towards it? Or do you think it chose you?
I mean, I certainly feel like in some ways music saved me from some other dark futures. uh yeah, it's the thing that, you know, gets you through the day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel for me, I feel like it's both. You know, it's like writing lyrics was always this like very powerful and cathartic experience. But then, you know, being in the studio, aka Andrew's bedroom, and listening back music, you know, once he started programming stuff in and just like dancing around and like closing my eyes and just being in this world, like that was this other level of healing because the music allowed me to move my body in a certain way. And I'm huge into ecstatic dance and like somatic therapy and movement medicine, that, you know, it really was like this very healing process of like now actually being like encompassed in this musical world. um but yeah, I mean, music is so healing and so powerful. And I'm so grateful that we have this platform where we can create this magic and share that with the world.
So where are you at now? Like you've released the album. There's the dog, Sagizo's making some
No.
noises. Where are you at now? Like when you get to this level, okay, first I'm gonna finally make an album. Takes 2 years, hard work, all the stuff you guys have been through together. But here it is. Here's your baby. You're presenting it to the world. Now where are you at? Are you like excited even more, like to another level of like, now we can do this now. We can I'm
Now we're
already
gonna have some
writing. Are you
fun.
inspired? Like, yeah, are you inspired by all that? We can tour, we can, create a stage show, but we can also, now I'm inspired to write more. What do you think of this music hook, for a song? Are you guys in that bubble of creativity, that huge just
Yeah.
feeling of excitement?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I mean, we're trying to just take the biggest step we can for the first step, you know, hoping that like the next one can be even bigger. You know, the second step is going to be some kind of proportion of the first step. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this album, like we've talked about it, and it was like we may have taken on more than like was necessary for our first album, but it's like we're so proud of what we came up with.
Yeah, you should be.
Thank you. Moving forward now, it's kind of like, all right, we did this like incredible task. Like now we can have some fun, and we're thinking of kind of rearranging our live set, and we want to do more like experimental stuff and kind of tap into more of that like ecstatic dance vibe of dance music. And it's, yeah, like we're just gonna kind of move into like a more fun space, but also taking everything we learned from the first album and incorporating that into like a new way of working together. Whereas like we'll try and write songs together versus like me coming to Andrew with just the lyrics. And
Yeah, in some ways the first album is like I say like recording music is like a document of one's growth and practice. You know, a lot of the times the things we play are like the first times we've played them because been practicing for like 3 hours to get some guitar solo or whatever down. And it's like, okay, I finally hit this checkpoint. Now we can move on to the next step. And we had so many hurdles,
yeah.
various things, finding the right key for the song, the right tempo for the song, and all of that's ultimately just practice for whatever comes next. And it's great to have like a album at the end of this, but it's really just preparation for whatever comes next. And next we really want to kind of mix up the approach, and we'll return to this form later. But yeah, just exploring more of a what is maybe not explored enough with electronic music, and try to push that in like a more band kind of way, where we can build things live on the spot and have it evolve. And part of that, you know, the limitations of electronic instruments are unfortunately constrained because it feels like a lot of the time you're kind of locked to a single chord progression. It's hard to have multiple parts to a song, and it's just silly limitations of the technology.
Hmm.
And so our next step is sort of trying to build songs that that work within these limitations, and then see if we can, you know, push stuff further if we can. But you know, people push these instruments really far in a live setting, but
Well,
I just want to explore that.
and there is the fun. Therein lies the fun. This song we're going to listen to on our last break, "Lived My Life." Anything you'd like to say about "Lived My Life"?
This was probably one of the easiest songs for us to work on the album, but it's, I would say, probably the most painful, and kind of like heartbreaking, but also like a testament to regaining one's own agency over their life and taking charge and making the changes necessary to move forward.
Okay, here it is. Enjoy "Lived My Life" by the Bridles. We will be right back after this last break. I promise you. You can go to Bridles on Bandcamp. Bridles Bandcamp. Bridles/band.bandcamp.com. The album is Visions of Future. You can find them on TikTok at bridles_band and on Instagram, same handle, bridles_band. Vision of the Future is the first full album by Bridles. Again, it was released last month in June. You can get that special edition, but I have a feeling they won't be around for long. So get it today. Go there now. Don't forget, get the special Bandcamp high dynamic range edition of the Bridles' new album, Visions of Future. We'll be right back.